Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxdeer, on the show tonight as the one and only Bridgeman, and the lovely Jodie Pollock. How are we doing, boys and girls?
Oh, good here. How are you?
Good, Jodie, good. How are you, Bridge?
Aye, good here, good here. Can I just say a big good evening to you two guys on the panel here. Massive good evening to the boys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, Jodie, the last time you were on, we won the league champions. One has passed, but it's meant to you.
Oh God, man, I don't. I was explaining to other people. So I'm 23 years old. So the last time we won a title, I was only 13. So I actually had to go through my full high school years with Celtic fans in my school, absolutely ripping it out of me. I didn't make it better on myself, considering I had my Facebook name as Jodie Glasgow Rangers Pollock. And we had to follow through very, very hard times at the club. So to come out another end, like at 23, having all that, especially like going through my school years where you couldn't, like, when I was going to games with my pals and stuff, it was like lower league games and it wasn't the same. Yeah, it was just absolutely unreal. I cried a lot. Funnily enough, I sang a lot. I jumped about a lot. Yeah, it was a great time, and it's still like not. Like, I think I'm only just suddenly starting to get over the emotions. But see the minute, like, we play again, I think it helped, obviously, because Rangers hadn't played at the weekend. I think when I see them on my screen again, I'm just going to start greeting and be all proud. And, yeah, the absolute scenes, I just can't go over it. It was amazing.
Well, obviously, we actually won it on the Sunday. It was JFK moment. I don't mean your JFK, the real JFK. Where were you and what happened when it came through that they drew at Tannadice?
We were actually watching the. I don't know how other people are, but my dad watches every football game going. So he'll just put it on. We do tend to try and avoid the Celtic games, unless we're watching them because we're not interested. But we did put the game on in the house, watch the Celtic game, and what did they not register something like 28 shots on target, and still like. Regardless, though, watched it the minute the final whistle went. I just started screaming. As I've mentioned before, my neighbours are Rangers fans. I just heard, like most of my street is, you just heard a pure echo of everyone like screaming and jumping and dancing, and it's going to stay with me forever. By the way, that's genuinely going to stay with me forever. Just the feeling. Started crying, jumping about. Just I couldn't go over. I couldn't go over it, man. Like I'm actually speechless thinking about it now.
That's the first Bridgeman, just like me and you, really, wasn't
it? We were, how can we say, probably way over the top with Perez, I'll tell you, way over the top. And that's the truth. Happy times.
And you've also had a new wee song appeared in the last couple of weeks,
Yeah, so I can't help it, guys. I love Ryan Jack so much. Like, see how you've always kind of got that one player that they can do no wrong, and it's just like I don't know. It's as if it's your child or something. Obviously, he's not. He's older than me, but still, it's just Ryan Jack's just got a special place in my heart. So yeah, finally came up with a tune for Jacko.
All right, we've got a guy who's loved him from afar. Andy Feelings, he loves Ryan Jack. So. We're going to hear Jodie's song live, and we're going to dedicate this to Andy Feelings. I hope he enjoys it. Take it away, Jodie.
On Ryan Jack, we can rely. To get his all, and I'll tell you why. He loves the Rangers for they are his team. And Ryan Jack, he lives the dream. Give him a ball and he'll pick a pass. He's looking fine, yeah, he's looking great. For he's the Rangers number 8. If he's defending or he's in attack, you can rely on Ryan Jack, oh yeah.
What do you think, Bridge?
Excellent. Excellent. Ryan Jack, yeah. He's now immortal now. He's immortal now. Well done. Well done.
He's got a song, yeah.
So some people, like, whenever I write songs, I'll never ever tweet or send them to anyone, but people are like, just send it to Ryan Jack, like, just try. So I sent it, and my message was so silly. It was like, hey, got this song about you. If, I know you probably won't see this, but if you do, it would mean the world. I'm also the girl that sings the Kamara song. Here you go, and sent him the link. And then literally I was standing in my hall talking to my mum, and then I just screamed, and she went, what is it? And I went, Mum. And she's like, what? And I was like, Ryan Jack's just messaged me on Instagram. And he messaged me saying, hey, I've only just seen your message. Thanks for all the support, and I absolutely love the song, or something along those lines. And honestly, I could have had a panic attack. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, he took time out his day, and he knows the song, he's heard it, so that's like rewarding about it all. Like, he might be in his house, like, you can rely on Ryan. Oh yeah. Just going away.
The big question is, does Alfie know the words?
Oh God, I don't go to the club.
That's a good question, by the way. That's a really good question.
On about Alfie, did anybody see that goal he scored on training today? It was on Twitter. Did you see it, Bridge?
No, I have not. Is it on Twitter, did you say?
Yeah, you'll find it on Twitter, and you'll get it on follow, mate. What a Jodie, did you see it?
It's absolutely stunning. Like, imagine the scenes if he scores his 55th goal to that effect at Celtic Park. That was
it was some hat, Jodie, wasn't it?
No, so.
By the way, I must admit, I like to be dirty. I don't know if it's got he follows the ball at an arrow, but it's still quite good, Ryan Jack. I must admit. Really good.
He deserved one, in my opinion. Like I've always said, I've just got a thing for him. Like, I just love him. He loves the club and airs his passion. And when he scored that goal from being injured, I know he's been off again with an injury, but when he came back and scored that goal, and just when Rangers put the video up completely unedited, well, not unedited, but without any background noise or anything, and it was just the raw camera footage and the way he screamed yes, like, he just absolutely loves the club, and he just deserved it. So I'm glad he liked it. I'm glad he heard it, and I'm glad he loves it, and I hope he's dancing about his house to Teenage Kicks.
Teenage Kicks. Yeah, brilliant. Really glad you enjoyed the celebrations, enjoyed the emotion of winning the first of many league titles.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgeman, you all right there, mate?
I'm just watching that goal. Oh my goodness gracious! Scream air! Absolutely brilliant.
Seemed to get faster, didn't it? As we go towards the net. Yeah. That's the way I used to hit them, Bridge.
Aye, so you did. I don't know anybody from Partick can hit the ball like that.
Oh, no, Bridge.
In fact,
don't bother that, mate.
Certainly no a forward line or midfield. Maybe a centre half, aye.
But the ball be in the net, I would be back taking centre, and you'd still be looking for me. Love it, pal. Right, Jodie, before we open the lines, I've got a wee question for you.
Of course.
Your top 3 player of the years in reverse order, please.
So starting from my third, then. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, your last one's your top one, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I would go with McGregor third, which I know could be a controversial one because he's been amazing for it. It's hard, right? Because Davis has been amazing, but so has Tav.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's hard to pick between them two, but a standout for me has to be Connor Goldson. He is as solid as a rock, and considering that you can say we essentially took a chance on him. Obviously, he'd had his heart surgery, hadn't been playing as much. Gerrard got him to the club, and he has literally like barely been out. From taking pain injections to play against Celtic to putting everything in to being like obviously vice captain. He's just completely bought into what the club's about. Plays for the badge, and I don't know if you saw his celebrations, him starting Glasgow Rangers champion chants, and he just loves us, and you can see he puts it in that pitch, and he's absolutely solid. And yeah, player of the season for me, easy.
Right, so he's your top man, number 3, Connor Golston, yeah?
Yep, he's
right. So you need to get who you going for your second choice, Davis or Tav?
I'm going to go for Tav. I love wee Davo, man, but just like McGregor's been a standout. He can't not be in my top 3. Davo has been class, but Tav is just, again, he deserves this. He really deserves this title. Again, he's been with us from the Warburton days. He's had to go through some amount of nonsense. He saw so many players come in, leave the team, have to adapt to new training styles, obviously new management. And he's just... He doesn't get, like, I know he gets some stick online off some people, but he's really, really, you can see his leadership shining through. And again, he's another one that just loves the club. And he is, I know he's had a niggle now, but this is the longest he's ever been out over his spell at Rangers. So yeah, again, he is usually solid, and I cannot wait. Swear to God, I'll be greeting again when I see him lift that trophy, because nobody deserves it more. But yeah, Goldston has to be the top one for me.
At the moment, Stephen Davis is in the lead, and second place is Alan McGregor. Third place, Connor Golston, and fourth place, James Tavernier.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we've got a wee announcement about the Player of the Year. Bridgeman, you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening, buddy.
We were donated another Rangers taxi game, yeah?
Oh, yes, I love it.
All right, so what we're going to do is everybody who phones up, give us a Player of the Year, we're going to give them a number. The people who have already voted for the Player of the Year have got the number up to 60, 59, whatever the bonus ball is. We'll draw the bonus ball on Saturday night, and whoever who wins it gets the game. Can't be fair on that, can we?
Can't.
I'm looking up and phone back. Right? I'm getting...
You're number 24, Jodie. Number 24. So if that comes out on Saturday, Jodie, you've won the taxi game, the Taxi Rangers game.
Here we go.
Yeah?
Put on mods on 24.
It's normally a fix, by the way, just to let you know, it's normally a fix.
Listen, you know me, I just tell Camelot what number to pull out in the day.
Oh man, I'm going to put the lottery on for the first time in forever, and just get you to put a good word in for me.
But just let me know, Jodie, what numbers you want, and I'll get it sorted for you. Not a problem.
This is a bit going off track, but it's still about the lottery. My wee brother is he's expecting a baby, right? So my best pal's also.
Wait a minute, your wee brother's not expecting a baby.
Yes, yeah, he is.
So his partner, his wife, his girlfriend's expecting a baby. If your wee brother was expecting a baby, that would have made the papers.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm going to be a dad. My best pal also, she's having a baby. The minute she told me she was pregnant, after like we went a walk around the park or something, I was like, I think you're having a boy. I stuck with it, and then she's having a boy. My wee brother and his girlfriend obviously told me, and I went, you're having a girl. And then they've just found out last night that they're having a girl. So he went, you need to put the lottery on. So I might need to. So if I might win this taxi game, that might be...
Number 24. Number 24. And if you want to buy it and you don't want it, you'll get 20% off if you quote 55 titles. It's 25% off, and also 3 postage and packaging. The boys are trying to market their game. Good on
55 titles. And still going strong.
We need to change
Brilliant.
You still need to do a Christmas album. Change all these songs.
Get it started. I was saying that I'm going to change the words next year when it's 56 and all. So
if she's doing a Christmas album, can you change it to Rudolph the Blue-Nosed Reindeer?
Aye, get that sorted.
Right, okay. We'll get these lines open. Yeah, Bridge?
Yep.
Go for it, bud. Go for it.
All right. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
We asked this question last night, Jodie, and I'm going to ask you because it's not a good question. What's the biggest game this week?
I mean, you're not a true Rangers fan if you don't think an Old Firm is the biggest game, but just for the rivalry and the feeling and the battle fever in that. But obviously Thursday is very important. I think that's going to be a tough game, by the way. But yeah, I'm going to need to go with an Old Firm. I need to stick with my guts, even though people will be like, "What? This is." So obviously, if we can get past the line on Thursday, that's another wee record broke for Gerrard, because he's obviously only got us to the last 16 currently. So, I mean, it is a big game, but listen, I just as Gerrard said, it's not. Yeah, we've won the league in March, but it's not about that. It's about there's still a lot of football to be played, and I think we need to go for this unbeaten run in the league, in the domestic league. So yeah, I think that's an important game for us.
Yeah, but potentially got about 17 games or something left, Bridge. Yeah? Mad as it is, 5 in the Scottish Cup, 6 in the league, and obviously potentially 6 in Europe, mate.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Because I think at the back of a lot of bears' minds, when they think about it on a casual basis, they're thinking it's only got, we'll not even reach the, what do you call it again, the split? We'll not even reach the split. And we've got the league and it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy.
Listen, obviously, it's probably the biggest game and amounting to something, but I'm just saying, like, for the feeling and how it gets you going, I know that a lot of people are going to be more excited for the Old Firm. So, like, it's probably not the important, if I'm being more honest, the most important one is to get over the line and then get in, get past the last 16, obviously, get something else under his belt. Gerrard's belt, but it's just nothing gets you going more than an Old Firm. So yeah, it's a hard one. It's a bit of an awful question, actually.
Options choice. But listen, Bridge, I think you had a slightly different view last night, but I can understand people having that view. Bridge?
Yeah. Who was it? Who had that view in the first place? Who was it?
I think the one that came on with that was Big Al first, wasn't it?
He wanted. That's right. He always wants to beat them. We all want to beat them, right? Let's make no mistake. We all want to beat them, in particular our own midden. But I feel, just from me anyway, I feel that this is a massive game coming up for us on Thursday. Certainly the biggest game this week for me, and probably the biggest game of our season. If we can get out there with them and take care of them, or whatever, and just come away with a 0-0 draw, would be absolutely fabulous for me. Just fabulous. Getting through to the last 8 would be a momentous thing for Rangers at this point in their, shall we say, our journey. Just fabulous. I don't know how much money it'd be worth for the club, but it would just be wonderful. Wonderful for the fans, I'm quite sure.
By the way, come Friday morning, I know what I'll feel, but at the moment in time, I've got a different view for Jodie, but that's allowed. Right, okay. We'll see where it takes us. And by the way, I'm looking forward to Thursday's game because it's going to be a real game of football. Even Sunday's game, it's going to be a real game of football. It's not this slow block that we watch a lot, Jodie.
No, it definitely isn't. It's going to be a good game, and I think as well they've lost their game from a booking. They've obviously lost one of their most important players. They've got a cracking centre back, and that's Zima, and he's going to miss the game. He's the one that was putting Vardy in his place, and I think it's going to open up some attacking options for us. Obviously, I don't know what else. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what they've got in their back pocket, who they can get slot into the place. But that Zima put in some performance against us, and I think that's going to give us a good chance to go on the press and attack more, especially at Ibrox when we've been absolutely solid and on form. Ibrox really has been a fortress this season more than others. So, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Anyway, we've been joined by Amanda. Evening, Amanda.
Evening, all. Evening, Jodie. Evening, Bridgeman. Evening, Oxchair.
Hi, yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Amanda, can you turn the show off?
I've not got it on, it's off.
Go on then.
Right. Jodie.
Amanda, it's still coming through for you.
Right, wait a minute, I've put it off now. Is that better?
Right, go on then.
Right. I just want to say to Jodie, I love your Ryan Jack song, Jodie.
Oh, thank you.
I'm beginning to get addicted to all this music. And I can't hold a note for my life, I can assure you. Bridgeman and that can testify the other week when I come on and sing in Glasgow Rangers Champions, I tell you. But anyway, my question for you, Jodie, is, right, how do you get the inspiration to write these songs? I know it's through watching the team and that, but Dad! Sorry, my dad's got it on, that's what it is.
He wants to hear his daughter.
You can't listen to that and that on the phone. That's it, and he's put it off now. Oh, that's good. I swear.
He just wants to listen to his daughter.
Aye, he can listen later when I'm sleeping. But no, I know you get your inspiration through watching Rangers and all that, Jodie. But how do you come up with the lyrics? Do you just think of them, or do you have somebody that's assisting you?
No, that's what I was going to say. I never take full credit. Davy McIntosh, I speak about him all the time. He's absolutely brilliant. This is funny, right? I've never met this guy face to face. We got put in contact over WhatsApp with the Rangers Foundation. He writes the majority of the songs. Sometimes I'll assist him. There's times where I've wrote songs completely myself. There's times where he's wrote them completely himself. There's times when we've combined together. Ryan Jack's song, he wrote that. It's just I sing it for him. And yeah, I'm so lucky. And there's other singers out there, by the way, that he works with. He's so talented. He just always gets these songs to his head. Don't get me wrong, there's some songs he sends me and I'm like, Davey, I'm not singing that. Like, that's not good. But do you know, listening to you, Jodie, you've got such a passion about music, right? I mean, I go to church and that, and I sing hymns and that, but I'm not a great singer. I'm no fantastic by any manner. I mean, I can hold a note if I get a song that I really like. But I mean, I love singing your songs because I can hold a note to them. But again, I think it's something that you've either got a passion for or you've no. It's a bit like me with the Rangers. That is my passion. I'm also a worship leader, which is another passion I've got. But I can do worship in other ways, whereas I couldn't stand and do the worship on a Sunday morning. I couldn't stand up and lead the singing, whereas I could do some other things. But there's a lot of people in my church that are talented at doing the singing. But that's not my forte. But you're so talented, and even your guitar playing so natural. It's just so uplifting. Thank you so much. Well, I mean, the guys, I've obviously been on, this is my third time on here now, and they'll probably know themselves, like, me singing in front of people or just talking's quite easy. I don't shut up, so it's just...
I don't think I've got a problem talking either, Jodie, don't worry about it. In fact, on that note, I'm actually recording my story tomorrow afternoon. I'm getting a phone call from a charity in London. It's all about where I've been, what my illness has been and that, and I'm recording it tomorrow afternoon, and it's getting broadcast on a website, and it's going all over the UK, it's getting broadcast all over the United Kingdom, so I'm quite worried about that, but it'll be fine, you know what I mean? But so, in fact, it was quite fun. I was actually talking to somebody the other day. He said, "Did I hear you in Rangers Radio?" I went, "Aye." I said, "It's quite often you hear me in Rangers Radio now." But no, I think regarding the games, I think if we get a draw on Thursday night, that would do me.
Nothing each draw.
And on each draw would do me, and then beat them on Sunday at the unclean park.
Yeah, I would take that. I would snap your hand off for that. Yeah, that would be superb.
I would definitely take that. So, anyway, listen, I'll let you go, guys, and get more callers in. But as I say, it's been a good season all in, as I say, and we'll keep it going. for the rest of the season, hopefully. You know what I mean? Anyway, Geordie, nice talking to you again. Night, Bridgeman.
Good night then. Bye.
Right, see you later. Bye. Bye.
I had to keep jumping onto mute. My puppy's in the room with me and he snores like a warthog, by the way. And he's having a wee snooze and he's
Listen, see if your puppy snores, just say, Bridge, are you okay? That's all you do. Right, we've been joined by Bob J. Evening, Bob J.
Hiya, folks. How you doing?
All right, mate.
No wonder was such an entertaining programme. What a variety here. Hey, yeah. Jody,
you sound very good tonight, Bob J. You sound good tonight, Bob J. You sound very good tonight.
Yes, indeed. I've just guzzled a can of beer there, so I'm on form. I'm fine.
On yourself.
I'm just going to tell Jody I'm going to write an autobiography with all the screwballs and nutters I've met over the last 50 years going out gigging. And by God, anyway, she kens what I mean.
I definitely do.
Oh, I know you do. The name of these geezer shots, that's not happening anymore. Right, we're making a comparison between Thursday's game and the Old Firm game, I believe it. There's no comparison. If ever there was a near irrelevant Old Firm game, we've reached that juncture. And that's an insult to them, by the way, no Rangers. Yeah. We've done what we had to do. Thursday night is a big night for the Gers, a big night. And it's a test, I've said, when we drew this tie, that I think that the Gers can do. I think we can go by this. We're in the driving seat. We're winning it. Approach it the right way, and we can get through it. And I'm eagerly anticipating it. Can't wait for Thursday night to come. It's your biggest game in a long time. And as Bridge says, most important game of the season. And come on, Rangers, we can do this. I'm sure you agree with me.
Bridgeman, I see it slightly different for Jody. I think Thursday, but I would take a nothing each draw and winning Sunday. That would suit me. I would love that.
Well, listen, I said that I know Thursday's the most important, but I was like, selfishness.
It goes against the grain, doesn't it? Yeah. On you go, Bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's going to have their own opinion, and you just said there is probably the best bet for us. A 0-0 draw on Thursday. If we could take that now, then everybody would accept that because that's us through. And then by winning Sunday would be just, well, what can I say? As long as the fans stay at home, please don't go out there. Just stay in the house, please. Just stay in the house. Oh, because there's all sorts of eruptions. These people are off their heart. They're breaking their heart.
There's only one club will get the blame for it. If there's any confrontation on Sunday.
That's all set up. They've set it all up in the background. Rangers. So the Rangers need to watch what we're doing. Mind our P's and Q's until we get all this nonsense lifted, you know. And if the Rangers fans can go and see the games, and that's what we're looking for. Let's get to see the games.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
It looks as if, Jody, we're going to get back in, well, next season, yeah?
Sorry, he was snoring again. Ideal. Listen, the minute I can get back to Ibrox is going to be an overwhelming feeling. I've missed it. I don't stay too far, to be honest. I'm in the south side of Glasgow anyway, so sometimes I drive by it and it just gets me and it feels like I'm going there and can't wait to be back. So yeah, stay home, stay safe, guys, because the ultimate goal is to be back, cheering on the champion. So yeah, it's the main goal for us.
Here. And maybe by the end of May, when we do the treble, shoot for the stars. We've got these 3 trophies in the bag. We'll be a wee party because things are moving quickly. You know, you never know. Seeing the restrictions were lifting in Scotland, but which is positive, first and foremost for public health, Bob. But things are slowly moving back to normal, and we'll get to see the Gers soon, mate.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can't wait to get back to normal in all aspects, just like the rest of us. Oh, definitely. To get back to when I can get along Ibrox and see the Rangers before the season's finished, I'm happy with that. As you said, imagine having that treble locks. Oh, unbelievable. Even more cans of beer. Hey, I'd make an impassioned plea to the Rangers fans. We didn't have to goad them. We've done it. We won the league. We are the champions. You didn't have to prove anything to them. They're the ones that are on a downer, a complete total downer at the moment. know us. We're riding on the crest of the wave. We're still in Europe. Or the Scottish Cup to come. We've won the league. Didn't go near that place on Sunday, guys. Didn't go near it. You don't have to. Keep the name of Rangers good at all costs. That's an impression.
Can I just add to that, Bob? Can I say, don't go anywhere near Glasgow either. Stay away. Just stay at home. Stay at home, please. No matter what happens, stay at home.
Yes, keep the name of Rangers good at all times.
If you're about a certain house, Bridges, there's enough space for 200 to social distance in Bridges' veranda, so he's having a barbecue.
What a shocker you are, boy.
Sunday, 2 o'clock.
What a shocker.
It's a big veranda.
Aye. Yes, indeed.
You're right. Stay at home, stay safe. Let's win. Celebrate with your neighbours and your friends. Do it properly, and let's move on. And sooner we get back to normal, we can have the biggest party ever, Bridgeman, when we get that league flag. Yeah?
You know, I just hope they've done they need to do some sort of deal to get the stadium opened. That's what I want. Get the stadium open, let the fans come in. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but it'd be wonderful. My God, what a party that would be. She was.
Sign me up.
Whoa. I think it's, I feel, certainly over this last, 6 months or so, it's just the fans that's been getting, we've played some fabulous football. We've taken ourselves to the top, and sometimes we've fallen over a wee bit. But my God almighty, here we are, we've won the league, and the fans can't get in. It's emotion. The emotions are running wild, you know. A lot of the fans that couldn't go to Ibrox on the Saturday, nor could they go to Ibrox or George Square. Some of them just couldn't. It must be soul destroying listening to the crap on the news every night of how bad Rangers fans are. I just fed up with them.
Agenda, mate. Agenda. Let's park it. Move on, mate.
Yes. Yeah, you can't keep going with that now, Ox, Jerry. You can't keep saying that all the time to us now.
We've got a good few players that have never experienced a crowd that Ibrox. Balogun has never experienced a crowd at Ibrox. Roof as well. Like, think about that. What happened about us winning the league, and although we're staying at home and etc., there is a pandemic on, but that would have been probably them just realising how big a club this is and how much it means to the fans. So listen, if that doesn't attract any players that are maybe on the market to be transfers to want to stay, I mean, obviously prospects of Champions League football, Rangers winning again, going for all that, as you said, going for trebles, etc. Listen, they've probably bought into this club more so than they thought they ever could have done, winning this league and seeing how much it meant to the fans, because we are, honestly, I know that everyone argues this about this club, but we genuinely are the best fans in the world, and I mean they'll realise what it means to play for that badge. So yeah, I just can't wait to see them back on my telly again on Thursday. I've missed them.
Yeah, you're right. Who's that? Balogun, Roof, Itten. Who else is there?
Who's the new boy? Scott Wright.
Scott Wright and the boy Simpson as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man.
As young Patterson played in front of a packed Ibrox.
He played in a cup tie last season before.
Well.
He played in a cup tie. You know, but I obviously maybe know a full house when it's buzzing, Bob Cher, you know.
No, there's nothing like it, is there? There's nothing like it. It's amazing. It's been so. I mean, the crowds have been missed throughout football. Let's be honest here. Been missed throughout football, and to win a league without any fans, to me, was an incredible feat. And I think so anyway. I mean, you think you're running out in that park in an empty stadium, you say to yourself, well, I'm going to try and motivate myself here to overcome the opposition week out, week in, week out. It's been an incredible performance to put up this year, and it can only get better. And when the fans return, it will get better still. As you said, all these guys, as Jodie says there, she's right, they'll realise what an enormity Rangers are, if they've not realised that already with the league celebrations. So roll on, get the crowds in, Nicola. We need your support, just like everybody else.
Yeah. I don't think she'll listen to us right enough, Bob. I know she doesn't listen.
Ken, she'll not listen to us, Zox, but she'll maybe listen to old Bob Jar. You never know.
You might. If she doesn't listen, she didn't listen to this show. She doesn't. She feels as if we don't support her. Maybe she's right.
And she's
anyway,
right.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Right, what a place we're in, Jodie, aren't we? We've won the league. We're still in Europe. Obviously, the Scottish Cup's a wee bit of a mismatch, but we're still in that. We'll get a decent draw for the first round. It's been some season so far.
Has easy street, but listen, it's no. You can say easy street, but it's Rangers have been absolutely dominant this season. You hear people talking about teams that have not performed, and obviously them across the way, they're not as bad. But I just want to point out I'm pretty sure they're on the same average points that they were in the seasons that they won the league. So to be honest, when they can sit and say that, people need to give us a bit more respect. And obviously I know all us lovely fans will, because it's our team and we're all amazed at the team, the turnaround that Gerrard has done. Because people might argue, it took 3 years, but he had to completely do a rebuild, had to change everything, had to bring in his own people. And we always knew when Gerrard came, it wasn't going to come like that. It wasn't just going to become something. So I think a lot more needs to be said about this group of boys we've got. The backroom staff, everyone, every single man involved in that club, everyone is just put in some amount of work, and they're reaping the rewards now, and it's thoroughly deserved. And what a time to be a Rangers fan. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to be a Rangers fan, but this is a special period, Bridgeman.
You wake up every morning, it's fabulous. It's just fabulous. I'm dancing across the room.
Waiting up's a bonus for us three.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll join that club.
Well, as you know, you wake up in the morning, you think, my God, happy. Maybe sore and all the rest of it goes with it, but oh no. It's great to be a Rangers fan. Great to be a Rangers fan. Really good times are now for us. Really good times. I hope every Rangers fan feels the same way. I'm quite sure they do. Quite sure. Yes, Rangers.
Bob Ger, you obviously know in the west of Scotland, and where you are, is how's it been? How's it on the streets when you're talking to people? Are they in disbelief or a mixture of both?
I wouldn't say disbelief, folks. It's a feeling of elation. I can see with the Rangers fan, right along the road to me, I can see a big Union Jack every morning. And I walk through about the houses with the famous Dougs of mine, and there's been posters everywhere, Gerrard faces, Boyd faces, all the usual stuff, around about the community. There's a local Celtic pub up my way, and they be-decked it out. And all the Rangers sub obviously got taken away, but there's a feeling of elation. Feeling of elation that Rangers will win the league. I mean, like we keep saying, we are a massive club, we have massive support. See, I went out to my brother's one day, Ox, and I sat talking to the Rangers during the Caxina time. And I says to him, son, I'm soon going to be bloody 7, sorry. I'm soon going to be 70-year-old. I might never live to see Rangers win the league again, the way things are. And he says to me, aye, you will. I mean, well, I certainly hope so. And here I have. It wasn't a case of me no believing enough. I just looked at the situations at the time, the state we were in. Need I say the aforementioned Progress Leader Con. And now look at us. We're almost into the quarterfinals of the UEFA Cup. What a transformation.
How wrong can one person be? Two subjects. Oh, yeah. You're not going to last to see them win the league. You're here and we'll win it.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's on the back.
I might not live this to see Rangers win the league again. I mean, a lot of us must have thought that, Brits. We must have thought that at some point. I mean, the way things work. And look at the transformation. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, Bob, I'm 74 now. So
right.
and it's.
Well, and this is a serious statement. There's a compliment to you. I would never have thought that. Good on you.
I don't look 74.
Yeah,
But older, my wife
Yeah,
says. My
older.
wife says you look a lot older. I keep telling her I've still got blonde hair.
Right,
Don't
come on,
don't
this
think
isn't the
about it
last
as
of the
great.
summer wine used to. You're too young, here, me and Jodie.
You two get in there then.
Aye, well, there you go. As I tell you years ago, I tell you a while ago, I'm going to join the Stones jury.
But here's a quick question for you. I don't know if he's picked this up with the Dutch and Belgian league merging. Is there a seed change coming in European league football? Is things starting to change? Don't know if you picked up on that, Jodie.
Sorry, what was that? He was snoring again. So I had to...
The Dutch and Belgian league have joined up together. Yeah, they're going to have a combined league now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So is there a seed change coming in European football?
I don't know. That's something we could look at, but I wasn't even aware of that. Sorry, that's.
Oh, please, let us get down there and join the big teams in England. Be fabulous. Just fabulous.
Aye, and then again, that's me back with my whole respect argument, because I'm sick of hearing it's a diddy league and diddy clubs. I swear to God, I would back Rangers against the majority of those teams. People don't realise, do not realise how big a club this is. And Scottish football is just, I don't think you could put any of those fancy dancing footballers that sit and do the dab when they score into our league, honestly. That's how I was saying when we were looking at before we got Prague. I would have taken Manchester. I would have taken Manchester United, because I think we would have battered them easy. Listen, Rangers, I've said it before, people probably are like, oh, here she goes again, but I've said it, we fear no foe. Literally anyone, bring anyone on. That's just my outlook. Like, we're some team, and I'll always stick by that.
Well, we've done that in Europe, Jodie. I mean, our results in Europe in the last 3 seasons have been pretty
exactly
good,
like this success we're on just now. Is it no? It's not because of other clubs. It's not because of referees on our side or whatever anyone says. Because I mean, if you've watched Antwerp and obviously the Prague game just there, obviously you can see refs aren't on our side. We've had some howlers from Scottish refs as well. It's nothing to do with that. These players have put their absolute all in. The amount of work they put into training, the backroom team, everything. We're absolutely unplayable this season, and that's the Rangers' well-known love. So long may it continue.
Yeah, maybe there is a change coming in the setup of football. Bob, if borders are disappearing, be interested to see how this whole pans out, you know.
I've wondered about this for a long time. You take a country like Portugal, it's got 2 big clubs, outstanding clubs like Benfica and Sporting, and Porto, of course. You know, would they like to go and play in the Spanish Primera Liga? That could maybe happen now. You don't know. There's all sorts of things could happen with this. I mean, is this an experiment, or is it actually happening? All the Dutch and the Belgian league are they merging? Yeah.
No, they announced it today, mate. Maybe the economics have forced it with COVID. Maybe that's a drive.
Possibly, aye. Possibly. I mean, with the Polish teams like into the Bundesliga and so on, you know, with the Romanian teams like into, you know, like I don't care, the Spanish teams in the French league merges. So if you look down the leagues in Europe, it's the same inevitability every year with Barcelona, Real, etc., Bayern, etc. So there is a need for change, aye. There's a lot of reasons there's a need for change. And then you say economics is one of them. So you don't know. I mean, us merging with the English League, that's been your dream for a long, long time, isn't it? Because let's face it, us and them, to be fair, have outgrown Scottish football. So a fundamental change like playing against the English teams, I love it, would be fantastic. It'd be amazing. Rangers versus Chelsea, Rangers versus Arsenal. Oh, unbelievable.
I wonder if there's enough good teams you could call it a merge. You know, I don't know where the merge would start. The English Premier League is a way out in its own. It's probably the biggest and best league in the world. I don't know whether we would automatically get in there, but you might be able to merge. I don't know, we got maybe 4. I don't know. You tell me. Have we got 4 or 5 decent teams with decent sized teams, decent with a bit of money, or or even big crowds.
You know, I
Perhaps
would
Hibs.
think would decide the whole thing, Bridge, if I'm being really honest with you. The broadcasters.
That's a good point,
So-
actually. That's a really good point.
You know, the
As long as
broadcast-
you don't classify the broadcasters like as BBC Scotland,
No.
anything to do with Scotland's broadcasting, we must eliminate them entirely. It's got to be somebody totally impartial and do what they want to do.
But the reason we asked that, we're just waiting for the result of the vote with the lower leagues, which was potential for us to get today, Jody, about us and their coach joining the lower leagues. You know, obviously, I hope they've got their welfare. They've got their welfare for the young players so to do over there. But I think it would benefit Scottish football, and I think it would obviously benefit Rangers and them, and eventually, ultimately, maybe benefit our national team.
Mm-hmm.
With the lads playing, getting to play games instead of competitive games, instead of getting out on loan, they'll still be playing for the club. It happens
Yep.
in other countries, you know.
I mean, yeah, it would definitely be positive, and I think we'd probably see an increase as well. In keeping young talent, because we'll be able to put more in and develop our players. Because that's another thing that like people will just go through, not good enough, get sold on, and then you might see them years down the line, and you're like, oh, like is that a Kamara moment when you regret all your choices? So yeah, I definitely get the whole focusing on your players, still part of the club, and it's getting more homegrown players as well, and your teams is obviously which you need a quota for Europe, I believe, as well. So it's good in that aspect. But to be honest, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know enough about it at present to make full comment on it, but I can see obviously the positives to it.
Only time will tell, Jodie. Only time will tell, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it pans out. What's your thoughts on that, Bob? But the Colts teams, as they're calling them.
The Colts teams, it would be good to see them playing in the lower leagues. Like you say, there's loan things getting out of hand. I don't know how many loan players Rangers have got out. I don't know what the number is. I know that the biggest loan surplus in England is Chelsea. They've got an astronomical amount of players who on loan. I think every club has that. It's just the wind of change is blown through football at top level. And whatever shape or form football is in at the end of the day is anybody's guess. But there is a lot of people in high places, I think, feel that there is a real wind of change needed in football. Because whether you like it or not, the likes of this Champions League, it's grew a beard, the latter end of it. It's grew a beard, and it needs fundamental change. So I think the whole setup needs change. So what they can do about it, I don't know. It's anybody's guess. As you said, big clubs and countries jump into their neighbouring leagues. I don't know if that's the answer. I don't think anybody does. It's just they'll have to change it for economic reasons. So we're going to live in a post-pandemic world, and it's just going to have to be changed some way. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Like the lassie says there, I'm not an expert. I don't care.
All the time will tell, mate, and you'll know for a while. Bridgeman, any thoughts, mate? Come on, Bridge. Last call for the Bridge. Well, we'll see what it takes us. And I think it'll be good for our young players. This loan thing's got out of hand, and as you said, Bob, as you said. So listen, we're running up to the tune in about 10 minutes. So before we do that, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Jody, highlight of the season so far. Don't tell me you're doing a Bridge as well, Jody. You with us?
I'm talking, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry.
You're on, that's it. On you go, Jody. The highlight of the season so far.
I laughed. I was like, is it pure stupid to say winning the league?
No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing
literally,
wrong with that.
highlight of the season's been winning the league for me. Don't know, just I think my biggest laugh of the season, which is a bit different, is winning an Old Firm with no shots on target. That was hilarious. But highlight of the season has to be bringing back trophies and silverware to our glorious club. So, yep, that's mine.
I think you might be right there. I think that particular, if you like, weekend will be the highlight of most people. But that St Mirren game feels as if it was a lifetime ago. Bridgeman.
Oh, God,
yeah, Jody, it does, doesn't it?
You're sitting there, Oxia?
The highlight of that weekend of the league feels a long time ago now, doesn't it?
God, it's not even 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's just the event was just utterly massive. No, I mean, those 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I don't know if we ever came across in my lifetime anyway. I don't remember 2 days running together like that. It was just like dreams come true, one day after another. Just fab. We played a great game of football. Won well. Could have been a dozen goals for us. Really and truly. And then they go and do the business for us. Just incredible. What a 2 days. Apart from the crap with the fans, not that the fans were bad, but the crap with the stories about the fans and all that, it's just wrong. Other than that, it was just fabulous. It's just utterly fabulous. These guys that were celebrating, it must have been high as a kite, and I was as well. So, yeah, that's best. That's the best.
You would struggle to argue against that. It was some weekend, Bob Chair, wasn't it? It's Calsburn done weekends.
But I mean, the relief that poured through me and us all when the final whistle went at Tannadice, but the fact it confirmed that at long last we were clear champions was absolutely fantastic. That was the highlight of the season for me. And after the 2 Old Firm ones, of course, and the run in Europe, there have been so many highlights. They've done so well. God, I mean, you look at the track record this year. I mean, we've only lost 9 goals at Ibrox?
No, in the league. We've only lost 9 goals in the league in total.
9 goals in the league in total. Shipped a few in Europe, but Europe's a different dimension. It's just overall been a fantastic season. The best season I can mind in years and years.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
The highlight for me was the Saturday and Sunday. It was great. Beating St Mirren on the Saturday, winning the league on the Sunday.
Yeah, Bob, we've been joined by Jamie. Evening, Jamie.
Yeah, mate.
Hi, Ox. Evening.
How we doing, mate?
Aye, good. You were making a point earlier on about you were looking for the top 3 player of the season.
Yes, Jamie.
That was mentioned.
Yes.
I've probably changed my mind over the last half hour on who it could be. I was going to mention Hadji, and I think he's in with a shout for the young player.
Sorry, you're breaking up there, Jamie.
See, I was going to mention Hadji.
Nothing, I'm only talking your tune. Carry on, mate.
I thought that. But yeah, he'd probably be my young player for the season. And then top 3, I would probably go Tav.
Is he your top or your third?
Aye, Tav would be my third. He probably would have been, for the first half of the season, he's definitely played of the year, right. But I think he kind of fell away after the new year. Second, I thought Davis. Ever since we had a few injuries in midfield, he became the man that held it together, I thought. So he would be second, and then it's got to be Goldson for me for the top player. But having said that, what I was going to phone in earlier on in the week and say that the team that started away in Prague, that full 11, that's probably my team of the season. Because I think it'd be any one of them. Nobody's really mentioning Borna Barišić really for these awards, but he's probably played as many games or close to as Goldson as well. So he's been another mainstay. You know, you really can't fault that 11. I think they've been the ones.
Ryan Jack hasn't got a point yet. Glenn Kamara hasn't scored a point. Joe Aribo hasn't scored a point. Borna Barišić hasn't scored a point.
But this is just more to the point of how amazing Rangers have been this season, where you're getting players that are top players that aren't getting points, because it is so hard. Going back a few seasons, you'd be like, right, there's only one player of the season, and it would be, well, I mean, look at it. Everyone's like Morelos. That's the only name that came out. The contribution from this team, I cannot shout it for the high heavens enough. This team is untouchable. They're honestly so good, unplayable. They're unreal, to the point where you've got 50 grand Kamara no even getting a shout, and like he said, Barisic. It's not because they're not good. It's just, when have we ever as Rangers fans shouted about a misplaced pass rather than screaming because our weekend's been ruined because of losing to teams like to Hamilton, for example? Like, the change is astronomical, and honestly the players are just unreal, and it does make that question hard. Who is your player of the season? Because every single man has stepped up for this club this season, and it's just, that's what it should be at Rangers. But I completely get where is it Jamie? Sorry, I'm getting all confused. Is it Jamie that's on the phone?
Hi, Jamie.
I completely get where he's come from. This not even just that starting 11 in the European game. If we've been able to have a bench that you come on and your heart doesn't fall at your backside, if you know what I mean, because we've got the strength and depth, and it's an absolute joy to watch Rangers do now, and it's just amazing. Like, it's honestly so good. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, it's just really hard now. It's just such a good team.
Jamie?
Aye, no, definitely. Not just the 11, but the whole squad. Like I said, there's very few players that have let us down this season, and for that it's been mostly issues off the park that have let us down and not on the park. I think everyone that's played has contributed towards our success. But that 11 that we played in Prague, I think that should be the 11 for the home tie. I would maybe consider Arfield, although he's not been brilliant of late. I do feel as though for their goal, Hadji was the one that didn't really track back, and it was quite an unchallenged effort at the end of the box that they scored. And I would like to maybe see a bit more cover. So if anyone's to drop out, I think it would be Hadji, maybe for Arfield. But I know a lot of the panel have said that they would take 0-0. I know that would get us through. I can't see it being 0-0 on Thursday. I think we need to treat this as any other game at Ibrox and try and be on the front foot and just try and win the match on the night.
Yeah, listen, I've been known to have a go at Hadji in the past. I actually think he could be the guy that comes on and wins us the tie, but I like to see Aribo just start one forward. I think we get Murphy, Joe Aribo, one forward. Bridgman, you there?
Yes, indeed, pal. I'm indeed.
What do you think?
On
Joe Aribo playing one forward. Have you got something else?
I think that's...
You know, listen to me.
I think that's his best... that's definitely the best part of the pitch he plays in nowadays, you know. He's just... I think the boy's turning out to be a smasher. A really good player. You could play him in midfield, but the trouble is you miss that wee skill set that he's got when we're attacking. You actually miss that, and if you do move on that wee position forward a wee bit, 10 yards or whatever it be, 20 yards, you're getting an absolute class, a real class player playing at his best. And you see when you get him like that, he's just great for us. Just scores great goals, great assists. I think he's a marvellous player. And it's good that the manager recognises that. But at the same time, if we're stuck in the midfield and we need somebody there, Rebo can do the business in there as well.
And you come, Jody, before we go for a tune. Here's your thoughts. What would your team be on Thursday night, Jody? You there, Jody? She's doing a bridge, man.
I've been talking away, and I keep forgetting I've been jumping on mute because of this dog.
I bet your old man wishes he'd the mute button.
Oh my goodness! My boyfriend said at the weekend we were talking about Dragon's Den, and I went, "What would your invention be?" And he went, "A mute button." I was like, "Excuse you." He thought he was all chuffed with himself. But anyway, yeah. I was saying,
sorry.
You'd
be able to buy them? I think that's a great idea, by the way.
Here, listen, duct tape all day. But so my team, I would need to stick with what we did put out. We were sluggish to start with, but again, I think that was just maybe getting over the hangover. But yeah, I would put that out. I think one thing that we need to be prepared for, though, Slavia Prague made the mistake of coming out full guns blazing against us at home. They completely tired themselves out. You could see that they needed fresh legs, and we totally capitalised on that. I think it's going to be a tougher game. They're going to be smarter. They obviously will press, but they'll be looking. They'll be doing all their analysis and seeing how much of a fortress we are at Ibrox. So I'm preparing myself. Like a few have said, I would go for a 0-0 draw. I would prefer if we got 1-0, just calm the nerves a bit. But yeah, I would go with the team we've got that we played with. I wouldn't change it about. Obviously, I know that you've got your issues with Hadji, but a team like that came on, fought their performance. You need to remember Hadji was very important to that goal that we scored as well.
Good to go. Aye. Listen, get yourselves on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
As I was walking down the Coleman Road, I met a bunch of strangers. They said to me, "Are you going to see the famous Glasgow Rangers?" So I took them up to Ibrox Park just to see the flags unfurl. After that display, they had to say, "You're the best team in the world." Some people they sing songs about the land that they adore, and some of how London won the country's greatest war. Some others still seem quite content to use another team, but I could sing a song about a famous football team. As I was walking down the Golden Road, I met a bunch of strangers. They said to me, "Are you going to see the famous Glasgow Rangers?"
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
An absolute classic, Bridgeman.
Oh, unbelievable. As I was walking down the Cope. It's fabulous. Great songs.
I don't know if it's good as it. He shoots the ball at an arrow, but you know what I mean? What do you think, Jodie?
I actually got to sing that song that you just played at Ibrox. I done the Sleep Out From Home video. Yep. If anyone done that, they might have seen me. But yeah, it's an absolute tune. But
classic.
Don't know, I need to get a cover on my YouTube. Like a wee classic number for us.
Yes. Can't beat the old classics. You know what I mean? Right, okay. Jamie, you went for the same team. I think our field will play because of the tie, and obviously to help the boy Patterson. That's how I think. And I think Aribo will play one forward. I'm not just picking on Hadji, but that would be my team due to the circumstances. If Ryan Jack was fit, I think Ryan Jack would be played. Bob, do you have any thoughts, mate?
No, I tend to go with you there, Rox. I think our field will start. I mean, excuse me, Jack, if they played for what? 3 weeks now.
I don't think
So
he'll be playing.
I don't think they'll risk him. No. They might risk him on Sunday, but that's a different.
Do you think they'll play Arfield, considering he is one of our key players for an Old Firm?
I think the management, their priority will be Thursday night, Jodie, if I'm being honest. And then they'll reassess on Friday who's fit, and then they'll move forward to Sunday. You know, in a normal week.
They have been focused on this one game at a time, but I'm just thinking, obviously, fitness levels and stuff. I think they would. I can see him starting with Hadji. Arfield coming on fresh legs, Impact. Hopefully to be an Impact sub, change the game a bit, and then he'll be in the starting 11 for the Celtic game. Personally, that's just what I think. But
I don't think Arfield would last 90 minutes, Jodie. I don't think he would. I think if they could get an hour at him, they'd be happy. You know.
No, yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like he brings more to the team when he comes on off the bench rather than starting. I don't know. I've just got that. The only time I've seen him not proper. Obviously, there's been games that he's been absolutely amazing in, but in an Old Firm, he's good for the first whistle. Probably need to drag him off, but I just feel like he does better in Europe when he comes on as a sub. When the team's maybe looking for a bit more ideas, that's when he comes in and provides. But again, we never know. We'll find out when the team's published. But that's personally why I stuck with Hadji.
Aye, listen, Jodie, I've been mine before. 1983, but I've been mine before.
What a shocker.
No, I get the team rang every week, Jodie, every week. Yeah. You know, but it'll be interesting, won't it? It'll be interesting, Jamie.
Aye, I can see Arfield starting ahead of Hadji. But like I said, I would play the same 11 that we played away. I wonder if Roof will probably come into the thoughts as well. I didn't really see the point in bringing him on the away tie. I don't think him or Arfield have been fit for months, but we'll need to see what the manager goes with.
Arfield is a wee bit more fit, wasn't he? Because obviously he played against Livingston when he didn't look fit. Then he gets some minutes against St Mirren. He had a few minutes last week, so he's had 3 games in the last week or so, and obviously hopefully getting a bit more fitness at training. So we'll see what it takes.
He'll offer more protection to Patterson. I think that's going to be in the manager's thoughts, because there wasn't a lot. I think if Patterson hadn't made an important tackle, we could have been looking at a defeat away. So
it was a great block. I've
been really impressed with him, to be honest. Like, coming in, I thought he's been brilliant. I thought he should have been called up for the Scotland squad, but that's another issue. There's no way that
Mr. Clark.
It's an absolute joke who's called up, to be honest. And let's not get started with that. But no, Patterson really. What's happening with his ban? When are they making a decision on that?
Next the 24th, mate. I think that's Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Right, so he's eligible for the Old Firm game then.
Yes.
That'll be brilliant for him as well.
I'll cut across here. I think we've been joined by Jim from Paisley, I think. Is it, Jim? Or have we been joined by Gavin?
Hello?
Hello, Gavin. How you doing, mate?
Hi, no bad. How are you, so Dave?
Good to hear from you, Gavin.
Sorry?
Hello, Gavin.
Hello there. Ken, I'm not great with all your names because I've only been listening to your show for 2 or 3 months, but I'm not great with names anyway. I was on last week saying about the Europa League and how we're going to do well in the Europa League. That was last week. But what's been kind of nagging me is that I need to confess that we were demoted into the 3rd division. I'm ashamed of it, and it doesn't speak to my loyalty or anything. I was admitting, because I've got a second team. I'm in Methil. I've got family connections with East Fife and that. That was my second team, and I wasn't admitting when we were in the 3rd, 2nd, and even 1st until maybe we were ready to get promoted, of course. That I was even a Rangers fan at all, and because I was on last week, and it quickly says that I thought we had a great chance. in the Europa League, I have to get it off and say I was completely, I wouldn't call it disloyal, I would say it wasn't loyal at all though. I was completely no admitting to being a Rangers fan whatsoever to anybody, and I've got loads of pals in that, and they were stood by us, and I didn't, and I just, because I spoke to you last week, and I wanted to just say, I confess, I am sorry, but
Right,
I'm ashamed of it, I'm embarrassed.
Right, but don't worry, we don't really do confession on this show, you know what I mean?
So no, I'm not talking about that kind of confession, but it's owning up, right, aye, but I'm owning up, because I was on, and
we'll not hold it against you.
weighing
Park
very
it,
heavy.
Park it, Gavin, and move on. All right, mate? What else is on your mind?
Well, that was basically it, right? Because I spoke to you last week about the Europa. Well, I still think we've got a good chance of. That save! That's the best save I've ever seen in my life. Better than Bremen. Better Gordon. I'm saying this millennium anyway. This is how I kind of phrased it. It's the greatest save I've seen this millennium. So I'm obviously
okay, but have you got? Can you give me your player of the year and your second best and your third best?
All right, okay. Gavin? So player of the year for me, it's Goldson. Just with the fact that every minute, and he's been just like an absolute rock. And it's hard because you've got Greeks like pulling off they kind of things, but that was an absolute, I wouldn't say a one-off, but it was kind of the moment which is kind of separate. I know, is it not meant to be for the domestic, kind of just the league and that for player of the year? I don't know, Ken, if
just use your player of the year, mate. Who want your player of the year?
Easily, it would be Goldson.
Goldson. Who's your second place?
Second, right. See, this is it. Ken, what I watched today, I watched it, I can't remember what station it was, and the guy went through for the whole for the Scottish Premier Player of the Year. He went through every single Rangers player and gave every single position in the
That was
Scottish
Adrian
Premier.
Durham. That was Adrian Durham on top.
Aye, was that? And he was right. He was convincing the way he explained how nobody even came close to coming near any of the players in any of the positions.
So who's your runner-up, mate? Who's your runner-up? Hurry up, mate. I'll get my work in the morning. It's because Tav's got injured. It's not even his
you
going
going
for Tav?
No, because it's not his fault. It's got to be McGregor because.
Right, okay. And who's third place?
Well, Tav for me.
All right.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Yeah, Morelos has played well, but I think that's been a joint effort up there.
Tav?
I know Davis has been unbelievable as well, but it's just so. I don't want to say anything. It's so hard. It's impossible. I don't care how anybody could pick.
Come on, who are you going for? Last one.
Right, third, I'm going. It has to be. I can't. Right, it's got. It has to be. It has to be McGregor second. It's got to be Coulson first. For me, I like for the fact he's played every minute. Okay, third, it has to be. Has to be Davis. It's got to be Stevie Davis.
Right, Stephen Davis. Okay, mate. Well done. Well done. Listen, mate, great to hear from you again, all right?
All right, thanks a lot. And
come on, Stephen Davis, you can beat them.
You look after yourself, Gavin, all right? And keep
right,
away from the confession boxes, all right?
Aye, right, proud of you. Right, be safe, everybody, right?
Right, stay safe, Gav. Speak to you soon.
Right,
cheers, mate. Anyway, we've also been joined by Andy for Leeds, who'll be in to talk about Ryan Jack, Tour Jody, everybody else.
Hi, how you doing then? Hey, listen, you made an old man very happy tonight. And I would also like to say to you, Doll, it's an absolute pleasure having somebody on the panel that knows what a player's all about. There you go, Doll. And your song's going to the top of my playlist the first chance I get and it downloaded. There you go.
Andy, you're a shocker. An absolute shocker, by the way.
I thought you might like that one, Andy.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Straight away. Thought that'll do me. Right, I'll just sit in there and listen and I'll come in and praise the lady. Very good. Very good. Made the old man happy, as I said there. Right, so I'll give you my players, so we'll go on about Thursday night. I think he'll I think he'll play the same team swap in half-field for Adji. I think we'll look to get a good 60 solid minutes out of him. And then, see how we go, going forward in the game, right enough. He'll not play Jack, because Jack will not be ready. I wouldn't be surprised if he sits him on the bench and maybe throws him on 20 minutes if it's 2-1 and we're trying to, get that bit of steel in that defence there, right enough, at the back. So that could happen. But I feel quite... I think we're going to do this, The question that you're doing there about, winning there on Thursday or, Sunday, well, it goes against the grain for me. Right? I've never been brought up that way. I mean, the pain and the kick that they put us through there, I want to grind them into the dust there on Sunday. I'd be disappointed if we get knocked out.
There'll also be a lot of pain if we qualify, mate.
Yeah, well, yes, but, as I said to you the other night when you asked the question, I'll take the win on Thursday because it's more important, but I'm not taking a defeat neither on Sunday. So I'm going for 2 of them.
Honestly.
I've got to say, Jody, I don't mean to be rude, Jody, but you're a lot prettier than Andy.
Everybody's prettier than me, I can tell you.
I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. No, there is somebody that was off for me, and that's that bloody Alec, the man with 6 chins. He wants to stay at him. Right enough, So I do qualify just above him, I would say.
Obviously, Shug got all the good looks in your family, yeah?
Aye. I didn't get the brains right enough, though, that's the thing.
He'll be on in a minute. Oh, I thought you'd like that wee ditty, Andy.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely. Definitely. Well, you know what I think about Jack. I mean, my worry for Jack is that, that knee problem. I can't see him lasting, past 31, 32, to be honest with you. It's a shame because, as I've said to you before, I mean, we're all about opinions, but I would have built my team around Jack. And I think Gerrard believes that as well, to be honest with you. If he had 100% Jack, I think he would have built it round. I think he would eventually be the captain of Rangers, to be honest with you. But you can't. There's no kind of guarantee that he's going to. His games are getting less, aren't they, as we move along? If you look at it, which is a great worry to me. Is that right enough?
You love him as well, Jody, didn't you?
I do love him, and it's just the passion, man. It's just like watching someone that just absolutely loves the club. Now, don't get me wrong, Cav loves the club. Goldson loves the club, but he's just got this pure raw feel about him. Like he just lives and breathes Rangers, and he can do no wrong. He's like, you always have like a wee player that, I mean, he could go on and completely like start a riot. Well, I mean, if he started a riot with some games, it would be entertainment. But do you know what I mean? Like he can just do no wrong for me. And then I need to agree. Like there's been comments made from Gerrard himself saying he's been jealous of the performance that Jack put out. He would have loved to play alongside him. Like Gerrard sees it in him as well, and it's just such a shame that he's got this knee injury holding him back. But yeah, I've always been a fan of him.
Yeah, quality player.
Yeah, he definitely is.
You think of the start he had at the club? I mean, he was a Morelos before Morelos came, wasn't he? He was getting red carded every week. Mm-hmm. Oh, anyway,
I always pass it on. When we were in the lower divisions, it was Jason Holt. Then obviously Jack came and took the crown, and then it went over to Morella.
Yep. Jim, you turn the show off, mate. Jim, you turn the show off, mate.
I've turned it off.
All right, how you doing, mate?
All right, brand new. How are you?
All right, mate. What's on your mind, brother?
Just that everybody's wrong this evening.
Again? Go on then, mate.
Big Bob, just fell off my seat, Bob.
What's up?
You said the Polish and the German leagues amalgamate. I was having a wee quick coffee. I nearly spat it out. Imagine the Polish people watch the Germans struggling back in the cold again for well.
Well, we're not on a second round of that. You know where I was coming from. They're bigger clubs like, I don't know, Polish clubs, Katowice and stuff. They would love to join the Bundesliga. They would. You know, so no. There's a lot of clubs in Europe like that. They would love to join the neighbouring leagues. They can see the Bundesliga. People can see Serie A. People can see. I mean, we can see the English Premiership. That's the point I'm making. It's all about money, mate. Money and prestige. That's the point I was making.
Bob Jeff. I knew exactly what you meant, Bob Jeff. Just the way it came across.
Aye, I know what you mean. Aye, I know they've not got much affinity with one another, much affection for each other due to history, but we're talking about football here, no history. But
I don't think the Belgians and the Dutch have always been the best of pals. They would have few skirmishes if you get through your history.
Well, the Belgians actually can't get on with each other because there's 3 different levels of people in Belgium. There's the Flemish, the Walloons, and the Belgians themselves, and apparently they'll argue with one another vehemently. They're worse than us and the Scottish nationalists. So every country's got its social problems like that.
Yes.
But as far as football goes, I think a lot of these people would like to join their neighbouring leagues, the bigger leagues.
Yeah, I will see how it pans out. I'll be interested.
I'll know be a short term thing anyway.
See how it goes and see what happens with European football. I don't know if you picked up, Jody. They're also looking to revamp the Champions League as well. So there's something afoot in Europe, you know.
That's right. There's something afoot on all that older dog of mine.
All right, mate. Well,
I took him away and he had his nonsense with his breeding with a young lady. Never mind.
I had the same with Fox. Today.
No, me, the dog.
And you come, Jody. We'll see where it goes, right? Who have I not got?
Oh, just say his dog's breeding with Fox.
No.
Oh no, did I pick it up wrong there? Sorry.
No. No. He earned his pedigree chum today.
Fox is quite fussy.
Oh man, this show's always entertaining, isn't it?
You don't know where it's going to go, Jody. That's the trouble.
Oh, you know it.
Honestly, literally, I've completely forgot what you asked me. I'm so sorry, Ox. I just was got too many images in my head there.
Jim's somebody's still got the show on. I don't know who it is, but I will see what it takes. I never said it was you. Andy, what's your team for tomorrow night, mate?
I'm going the same team, but I'm just swapping Arfield for Adji. You know, for the team that finished there on.
Same as me.
Yeah, I'm going the same.
We've got Jamie's team. Jim, give us your team for tomorrow night, mate.
Oh, here we go again. Hope Stevie G's will listen to me. He usually changes one or two after he hears me on a show. So, listen, I've got my usual midfield. Right, Ryan Jack, Stephen Davis.
He's no fit, mate. Ryan Jack's no fit.
Listen here. He kept him back, Ox, Jerry. He kept him back for a couple of weeks to play in this game. We don't keep him playing against Celtic. The Celtic game is easy, mate. We can play the Lassies team against him if we want on Sunday.
Right, give us your team then. Usual back four, obviously with the boy.
Right, usual back four.
Patterson,
Jack, Arfield and Stephen Davis, midfield. Joe Aribo, Kent, and Alfie up front.
I think you've got 10 out of 11. I don't think Jack's making it, mate.
Oh, well, maybe not.
But you never know. Mate. You never know.
Hopes are high for Jack to play tomorrow night because it's the kind of player we need tomorrow night in the European game. You know, just in front of that back four. He does everything. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm right.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. We'll find out at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We've been joined by Magpie. Evening, Magpie.
How you doing, lads? How you doing?
Hello, Magpie.
Hello, Magpie. Jer, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, mate, let's still listen to last week. Just wanted to say very quickly, lads, before I give them a free. To me, as league titles, we've been through the Helicopter Sunday and everything. This is the best for me, mate, because the adversity we've had to come through. Bearing in mind for the last year, when there should have been an inquiry into Scottish football and there wasn't, and Lawwell kind of rubbed their noses in it. we've all seen what's happened in the aftermatch of just how much we're hated, by all and sundry. And basically, for what Stephen Gerrard and those players have done, I have never seen the fireworks. I've never seen so many people happy, and I'm still walking in there, mate. I cannot thank Stephen Gerrard enough. You know what I mean? And I remember somebody said we don't get enough press. Well, I really don't care anymore. I have no interest in any of those folks. All I'm interested in Rangers and the Rangers family. And I just want to say, the reason why it's so difficult for us to pick up one player is we've been a team, mate. There's not been any player that stood out over anybody else, really. We've all played as a team. So you usually get a player who had Gascoigne was a standout, or Laudrup was a standout. We've got so many players. If one's not playing well, somebody else steps in. Kent can have his games. Do you know what I mean? Aribo has his games. We haven't even played a full team. We've probably still not even played a best 11 yet. Roof's never really played. So we've still got stuff to sort out. But my three would be definitely Stephen Davis, and I think that man should be introduced to the Hall of Fame for Rangers. That's how highly I regard that man. He epitomises Rangers Football Club. He's been a European final with Rangers. You never get any hassle off a guy. And even during when the players were leaving, he was the one that left with dignity. Yeah, McGregor, you could say McGregor's his European record's probably better than Gorham's. There you go. And that's high praise indeed. But the one for me, Shane Duffy. Shane Duffy must get it. Player of the Year for Rangers, mate. A game changer.
By the way, you're not the first person to vote for him, by the way.
Lenny must get it as well. He's got to get some, That Dubai was brilliant.
Right, so your player of the year, Stephen Davis, is that right?
I do, mate. Listen, see the guy, the guy's in that Hall of Fame, and we all love Gas and we all love something. Think about what Stephen Davis has done for Rangers. That Gasser couldn't get Rangers that far in Europe. Brilliant player. You can't compare like for like, but Davis has been there. And Davis is always...
Your runner-up, Magpie?
Oh, it's really difficult. I would say McGregor just because of the two older guys of the team. I think McGregor's just shown. He's not had a lot to do, but he's been there. And it's difficult. Tavernier at the start of the season.
Third place?
Tavernier or Golson. It's between one of those two.
The ones after the fence, third place?
That would be at Golson.
Yeah, okay, mate. All right, I've got that, and I'll put your name down. We'll get all the names.
Yes, never asked me my three.
Oh, sorry, James. I forgot all about you, mate. I hadn't checked the list. I assumed that you'd already voted. I'll take you now, James.
Oh, maybe I did. Oh, I can't remember. I did lots of things I don't remember about. Well, I must admit, the rest of the guys, I'm going for Golson, number one. That's my number one. Oh.
Yep.
My number two is going to be James Tavernier. There's one for left field. But number three is Glenn Kamara, just because where he came from, who we voted for, and he's always been a star when we needed him.
It's hard to believe, but you're the first person. That's the first point that Glenn Kamara's got. Great choice, Jim. Great choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, thanks for that. But no, but you think about Glenn Kamara came for Oaks,
Aye.
And,
he's a smashing player, Jody, isn't he? He's got a lovely song about him, but he's a smashing player as well, Jody, isn't he?
Here, Jody. By the way, Jody, while I'm on here, I heard your Ryan Jack song. It's fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Like, somebody need to come on and tell us he's rubbish. Everybody comes on and tells us he's good. Me and Bridgmont don't get any praise at all. We're here every night.
That's the truth, by the way. That's the truth.
Listen, it's hard. It's hard being at the top, guys. Trust me. I'm kidding on.
Well said. It's tough at the top. Tough at the top.
Brilliant, Jody. Just tell them to keep throwing the money. That happened to you when you used to sing Bridge, wasn't it? You used to throw a lot of money at you.
They hit me a couple of times too.
Oh dear.
Can I come in again?
Yes, on you go, mate.
It was just a point. See, when we're talking about the Player of the Year, nobody's mentioned a new signing, and I was just looking for their thoughts as well. That obviously it's been a team performance this season, but most of the best performances I think have came for the actual squad that was there the season past. So what's the big difference this season? Has it just been those small additions, or has it been that these players have actually raised their game, realised their mistakes, and have actually delivered? Because most of their best performances, I think, have came for players that have been with us for over a year.
That's a good point, mate.
I'll take a crack at that one.
Yeah, on you go, Jodie. That's a good question.
I would say it's the strength and depth. If players know, right, listen, if you know that you've got your best 11 out there, and you potentially won't have the players to come in, maybe they're not your star player, maybe they're not a regular starter, but they're more of an impact sub, like the likes of Defoe, etc. I know that he's not new, but I'm just trying to give an example. It's hard for you because you know that you're probably going to be pushed to your full 90 minutes. You're not. You're going to be maybe have higher demands. The training's going to be a bit more intense. The recovery's going to be less. Now what we have is we have teams, like you said, where there is a few players. Yeah, we don't call in them, but when we need to rest some legs, Zungu can come in and do the job. Not put a foot wrong. Maybe do a wrong pass or something, but can still hold up the midfield. You've got the likes of like Hadji. I know Ox doesn't rate him, but he can come in and listen. See if Hadji had some amount of pace on him, we wouldn't have that boy. He is going to be. You need to watch out for him. I know you've obviously got your qualms about him and stuff, but trust me.
No, it's one of my all-time favourites, Jodie.
He'll properly grow into the game. There's so much to learn. That's the difference. We aren't relying on the same people where the pressure's on them constantly if they put a foot wrong. We now have that strength and depth where these small players can get a bit of game time. Like Eaton, for example, struggling against Motherwell, he comes on, scores a goal, does what it does against them. And although he's not a star player, he's never going to be our forefront striker. We know that we've got that strength there. So although, yeah, we are still heavily relying on the players that have put in jobs for us before, there's much more sense of teamwork, and they're getting that break, and the train, everything will just be able. There's more cohesion as a team. So I think that's why it's working better. You're always going to have your star players, but these little people, it's a team game, and it makes a difference. But that's personally my take on it. So sorry if I answered the question wrong.
Well said. Magpie will take Magpie.
Well, listen, I seen something at YouTube tonight. It was Ruth being interviewed by an English girl, and basically Ruth was talking about Gerrard's training methods. And he said Gerrard trains the way he played, and he demands high standards at training. Now, I love Ali McCoy, I'm a big Ali fan, but, kicking balls off backsides and all, this is a different Rangers team. It's professional. I think Gerrard's learned from last year. I think the whole team has. Taverniers went from a perennial loser to a captain. He's looked like a captain. You know what I mean? The amount of times we were on last year, somebody was getting in the neck, you to be him, criticised. That's just not been happening. Now, you're talking about, as I said to you earlier on, Ox, about adversity. We have got up against Sky Television where Crocker's trying to get Morelos suspended. We mentioned his name 20 times. That's what Rangers went up against. And we've had players out injured. But you look at Morelos' body language and look how happy that boy looks in comparison to last year. And I think that the Rangers team have rallied round. You can see it a togetherness. When I've been watching these videos for ages. I can't get enough of them, watching them, their celebrations. You know what I mean? It makes me really, really happy to see the togetherness of that team. You know what I mean? And you can see how happy he is as well. And I think that's a big difference. We're a proper team. We have a proper team, and we'll give anybody a game. You know what I mean? We've got a midfield that sometimes it costs £50,000. £50,000, our whole midfield, when Jack was playing and Davies was playing. And that's the kind of team we are, and I'm proud of them, proud of every one of them, mate. Listen, Jodie, I didn't know that was you. I love your singing, pal. I love your songs. I listen to that too. You get me by some hard times as well, pal. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, thank you so much.
He's crawling now. Magpie's crawling now, I'll tell you.
Well, anything's got bridge for singing, I'll tell you, man.
That's what I'm here for, to silence him. That's my sole purpose.
Oh, brilliant. Listen, we've also been joined by JFK. Evening, JFK.
Evening, Ox, yeah. Hi, Jodie. Nice to hear you on.
Hi. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, nice. Bridgeman, are you there as well, pal?
I'm there,
Aye.
Jimmy. I'm here, pal.
Oh, well
I'm
done. My golden ticket, man. There you go.
On yourself,
The
bud.
voice of an angel, Bridgeman.
The voice of an angel. You should have said that about me. I told you not to. I paid you too much to say that, didn't you?
Don't they let you have the mic when the records were playing?
Aye. Tell me about it. Aye. You better believe it.
I believe you're in to give us your top three, mate.
My top three in reverse order would be Goldson, Big
Right.
Tav, and Sir Stephen.
Right, aye. Popular choices, mate. It's between four of them, but I think Sir Stephen's edging in front, mate.
I know a lot of people have been talking about Alan McGregor, but I think Alan McGregor, yes, he's made some fantastic saves, but and he's got us some decent points along the line. But I would say that for me, consistency would be with A3 this season, especially Sir Stephen and Captain Tav. His goals. Golds has been playing immense for me, so that's my top three anyway, mate. And I'm hoping Sir Stephen wins it. So yeah, I'm happy.
McGregor probably agrees with you. He just said happy days. He's like, you just hope it doesn't go in happy days. So
yeah,
he's obviously.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Jody, let you ask you a question. I've been speaking to people the last couple of days.
Hello.
What are you more excited about just now? Are you more excited about the European game? And are you as excited to be playing Celtic on Sunday? What one lights your candle?
Are you winding me up?
What? No.
It's just about half an hour knowing that at the start of the show.
I missed it. I was out driving, mate. There you are.
To be honest, Docs, to stick up for him, he said, what gets you more excited? You asked what's more important. So I'll answer. Obviously, I know fun gets me more. But on importance level, obviously, as Europe, but I'm just saying I'm selfish. And although I know the league has won, beating them is always a cheerful game. But yeah, I think the most excitable game is without a doubt, there's no match. The rivalry is completely unmatched. It has to be an Old Firm. But importance, it's obviously European.
Can I answer that one on Friday morning, JFK, if that's all right with you?
That's not none of the two answered my question. I'm talking about, and it's all right saying what's the most important. Like every game's important, but what I'm saying is the Gers fans I've been talking to, they're not really too bothered about the Celtic game, and I'm in that camp because for me the European game now we've won the league, and well I think we'll beat them in Sunday anyway. But for me, I'm more excited about watching the Rangers play Slavia Prague on Thursday, and the Nummins. No.
It's a bigger game for the club, mate. If that makes sense, yeah.
Aye, I'm talking about the anticipation. Maybe excitement was the wrong word, but I'm thinking anticipation.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know,
usually an Old Firm game rules the agenda, but I think this time there's a bigger game, and potentially if we get through, we're looking to be at the same stage when we played Sporting Lisbon in 2008, mate. And anything can happen. Anyway, we'll also be joined by Gavin. Evening, Gavin.
Evening all, evening panel, hope all's well. Last time I phoned you, well, never took my meds, hi, but listen mate, I'm as high as we're 55, we're alive. 3 men came from Belfast to honour and obey. They fought in Royal Ulster to the sound of the IRA. Now 3 men are gone and dead now, above the sky so blue. So remember the boys in Belfast, we're the boys in Royal Blue. We are the people.
Well said, Gavin. Well said, Gavin. See, Jodie, every time you come on, we get
that's me a job. That's me completely a job now.
I've got to say, Bridgeman, he was better.
Was that Jodie singing there?
No, that was better than you, wasn't it? Gavin, it was Gavin. Cheers, Gavin.
Oh, well done, Gavin. Well
Bridgeman, I was listening to some good music today, mate.
Oh, wait a minute. Ask. He's the name of this group. Wait a minute. What was the name of this group you were listening to today?
Well, the one Spider Bait.
Spider Bait.
Yep, one word from Australian rock band.
Yeah,
they do a cracking version of the Ram Jam. Oh, Blackberry, bam, lamb.
Oh, Blackberry, bam, bam.
But it's better than Ram Jams. I've been listening to the Stones, Nirvana.
All right, enough about your day. We've been joined by George E.K. I think's joined us. George.
Oh, so far, good, so good.
There we go. George has joined us. Evening, George.
Evening, folks. Evening, Jodie. Voice of an angel, sweetheart. Voice of an angel. Keep it up.
Thank you.
No problem.
Soot.
Just telling the truth.
Soot.
Just telling the Just telling the truth. I mean,
how are you, George?
Hey, I'm actually all right, man. Know what I mean? But it's pretty strange. See the day went up to the hospital, right?
Right.
You get blood taken, and I felt pure whistling Dixie, right? And soon I come back home, I was feeling rotten. I was like, what have they done this? Trying to get rid of these, not trying to put us into that box.
You've got a long time to go, George. A long time to go.
You weren't eating cottage pie again, were you, George?
What's that, mate?
You weren't eating cottage pie, were you?
No. No. I can't look at cottage pie anymore.
Oh, dear. Oh,
But,
we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
You
Lad.
are
We've got a young lady with us.
You want to hear? Here, do you want me to say something? I think it's amazing, by when I hear what girls like me, or ladies like me, like Jodie, right, and like Linda, who and like Amanda, who know all about football. Because I swear to God, man, I was with lassies before, right, and it was a pure nightmare. Know what I mean? Watching the game. Rangers would get a goal disallowed, right? You jump up and you and the goal was disallowed, or else another one would be like a handball, and the bird would be looking at me going like to me, what's the matter with your boat race? You're winning 2-0. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The goal was that boy. He goes, the ball went in the net, you win. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Listen, I know you can say that. I know Linda, Jodie,
He's a
Amanda.
shocker, and he's a shocker.
It's about time you moved in. You should
11
be a
men
modern
run
man
about a
like
box
this,
kick, a back kicking the ball. It's unbelievable.
What a man, what a man.
But
Right,
here,
it's about
but here
time
my
some...
team.
Go then, George. Let's hear it.
McGregor, Goldson, Hollander, Patterson, Barisic, Davis, Kamara, Arfield, Aribo, Kent, Morelos.
Exact same as mine, mate. Exact same as mine.
That's right, no bother, mate.
Aye, well said. Mike,
And
I'm just going to say, lads, you know how you were talking about this social distancing? Well, I hope the SNP are right on top of it, because if you look at the match officials, there's plenty of Celtic supporters amongst there.
For Sunday.
Have you seen it? The Knights of St. Columbia are refereeing the match.
I told Bridge last week, you didn't believe me, didn't you? Know,
oh, man, Francis, Brendan, Kevin Clancy, Willie Collins, you know what I mean?
Initially, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Is there no,
Yes,
is there no red card, Willie, on Sunday?
Aye.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Red card, Willie.
He's unbelievable, isn't he, man? We choked, they sent Morelos off.
Aye.
Boys of the old brigade, really.
I tell me about it, I know.
Hey, you couldn't have had picked that one. The only one that's missing is Neil Lennon. I don't know why
Seriously.
people...
You know, the FA want to have a look at themselves, really.
Mate, that's deliberate. It's been done deliberate, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'll just make it all the sweeter, Jodie, when we beat them, won't it?
Oh, listen, it's just... I honestly do think that we'll absolutely thrash them. So it'll just be like... Listen, I think every league game's just going to be another mini celebration, because it's just going to sink in. And this team's just not going to stop, man. So, yeah, it'll just be nice and sweet. And we'll just take it in our stride. But, yeah, to reiterate, as much as it's going to be nice and sweet, everyone stay home. Don't give...
Jodie, sorry for interrupting you, Paul. I'd love you to sing a song, right? A request for it tonight. And I'd love a Bridge one. Silence is golden for Bridge. And you sing that song.
I can't believe the stick that you're getting the right Bridge, man.
I near can particularly Magpie. Shocking.
Excuse me, Mrs. Bridge has got him on the phone all night to get peace.
When when Bridge used to sing in that club in Clydebank, everybody threw money. Everybody.
I know. Bridge get more money thrown in my shoe, Dallas. Bridge, I love Bridge, you know that. He's a legend, mate. You know that, mate.
He's away having a word with Mrs. Bridge.
No, I'm sitting here listening to it. Disgraceful speech. Disgraceful.
Don't take it, Bridge. Don't take it, mate.
I love it, by the way.
That's what you can't get respect. That was a call of the night. Yeah, it's great, man. Listen, we're on a high. I've moved to Springboard just now, lads. I've got a new, and honestly, God, it's just you know who your neighbours are now. It's a good way to find out your neighbours, who supports who. You know, where the fireworks were coming from. I knew they were the Rangers fans. Where the barriers were going up, I knew they were the Celtic fans. You know, but it's brilliant, mate. I'm on a high, and it's great to hear Jodie tonight because I love your stuff, pal. I really do.
Oh, thanks.
Magpie,
yeah, I'll make it more.
Where were you when it actually happened, mate?
I was actually. I've been doing a lot of double shifts. I did 24-hour shifts.
You must be a millionaire.
When I'm online,
shift.
When I'm online, and I'm basically working. He's in, the guy I suppose in his bed maybe. So I get in between like 8 to 10, and then he's back up again. So I've been doing double shifts, not 24-hour shifts. So when I'm online, you know, I'm in the lobby. That's where I am. But I've just literally been working quite a lot, and so I was here. You know, when the Dundee United game was on, all the fireworks went off, it was absolutely... honestly, God, no wonder I've had three women that have left me. I mean, I remember the Leeds United game where I was moonwalking in the house. Honestly, God, and it's like dancing about. It says, what age are you? I'm jumping about like a kid at 6, 7 year old, running about the streets and all. Running about, where's the fireworks? I'm going out there, but it's fantastic, mate. But you know, I work right next to that place, man. I mean, it's right next to me, Celtic Park, you know, and I just wish they were there so I could see their faces popped outside the house coming back with tears, you know. But never mind. I'm loving every minute of it, mate, and I'm proud to be a Rangers fan. I'm as happy as Larry, man, and I'm proud of that team. And no matter what happens to the rest of the season, but they brought my team's back, mate, and that's what matters. It's back.
Yeah, and the first objective has been ticked on it.
Definitely.
Yeah, the rest is a bonus.
The rest is a bonus. If we get through on Thursday, then, like we said, anything can happen for there. Bounce of the ball and all that kind of stuff, like. And I have a sneaky feeling, as I said all along here, I've got a funny feeling we're going to win the Scottish Cup. I think we're going to finish it off with a double. You know what would be nice when Big Colin Steen scored the goal that stopped that 10, that first 10 there. We went on some run after a couple of trebles, followed pretty shortly, so let's hope it's history repeating itself, if you get what I mean. that would be very nice, wouldn't it?
I get what you're saying. We won the treble the following season.
Aye,
we did. 2
trebles. Well, it was the start of a very good team, wasn't it? You know, powerhouse team, like great team, great memories. But I've just got a funny feeling there's a team in the making here, and I think you honour his contract, Gerard, and you know, like Jodie said there earlier on, I totally agree with the last there. You know, this team, they're all one here. They're all fighting for each other. If one's not getting a game, they're not taking it off. They're going along with what's wanted. And I think when the COVID hit, I think he got, you know, through the virtual, however, he got to the players and he got into their skin. And I think he said to them, right, look, we're at a big club here, massive club, great fan base, known all around the world. Do you want to be here? If you don't, tell me now. I'll get rid of you and I'll get somebody along. I think he just bought into it. And it snowballed. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens now from the split out. We're undefeated up until winning the league. That's invincible to me. Not the epoxy invincible that they come up with. That's one.
You know, I think the year they were invincible. They get beat. I think 13-1 by Paris Saint-Germain in aggregate. They lost to Lincoln Red Ips, and so. I don't know about being invincible like them. Anyway, enough about them. JFK. It's been great. It's going to get better, hopefully.
Okay, it's been a fantastic roller coaster this season. Some of the football we've played has been absolutely wonderful to watch, and the memories. This is lasting memories. You know what's going on, and mean, I'm the same. I think that the double's there for us. Dare I say the treble with a European thing, but that would be a dream come true. I'd like to see them try and stop us getting to Gdansk, but hey ho, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's been a great journey. As I've said on here before, to get where we are after what they done in 2012 was absolutely fantastic, and I'm enjoying every minute. And when we were saying about being excited about the two games, I wasn't trying to put anything down. I was the fact is that I think we're all excited about what's happening at Rangers now, and it's absolutely wonderful. And watching the government today making announcements, I'm very, very hopeful that come this October coming that we'll all be sitting in our seats, our usual place, and watching the flag getting hoisted. That's going to be magnificent, mate. That'll be tears will be in all our eyes, mate. That'll be a fantastic day. I can't wait for that day. The emotions will just pour out. Full Ibrox, flag up. Oh, brilliant! Can't wait, mate.
That'll be a party. That'll be a day and a half. Yeah.
Oh. Right.
You know, you're right. It will be emotional, George.
100%. I'll be total euphoria. Let's be honest about it. Well, it's been 10 years we've been through.
Yeah.
Here, everybody. Here.
You'll need to park a bit closer to the stadium, George.
Here we go. Know that again. That's my son. Honestly, God, man.
Stay away from finishing, George. Stay away from finishing.
I support us, but please, for there, you dafty. No, it does. There goes, aye, it does.
Maybe if you left early, you could go on the supporters bus.
Here, there's loads of times you've went in the game, he's letting his take his time and goes, hurry up, we're missing the game. Begin the game, we've missed 2 goals. I'm like, oh, it's brilliant, missed the 2 goals. He goes, at least we're here.
Oh, brilliant.
Much, does it?
No, not at all, mate.
And by the way, I agree with Jimmy, on that total professional receptionist. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I think Thursday night is the most important because we've won the league. And I just wanted to do that mob, honestly. But we need to stop them shooting from outside the box because that mob are lethal for shooting outside the box.
Listen, mate, it's not going to be an easy game. Jody,
no way.
Jody,
no
it's not going to be an easy game.
Got to be a tight one.
No, I know. I don't know if you have seen, if you follow my YouTube channel, one of my pals actually started like his own wee channel and it's for insights, and he gives a good analysis of like opposition teams that Rangers are facing. And when he was giving all the stats about Slavia Prague, because I'll be honest, I know there's people out there that football is all they live and breathe, not just in Rangers, they watch all types of games and they know a lot, but I didn't really know anything about the Prague team, and my pal Steg, he runs this channel and he was doing his insights about Slavia Prague, and it proper prepared you, so it's a tough game. It's not going to be a walk in the park. People, I see people online saying we're going to thrash them 3-0 and stuff like that. Be prepared for a good game. Be prepared for a tough game. I think I'd be happy with 0-0. Honestly, I do. I think we could if we come out from the get go and proper believe in ourselves. I can see 1-0, but they're not going to go down like last 16. It's too much to lose. It's going to be a tough game, and it's going to be an interesting game to watch. One of the ones when you're on the edge of your seats and might even go down to squeaky bum time. But yeah,
I think the second half they tired very easily.
Yeah, I said that earlier. I said that, but then I think they realised that they went out all guns blazing. They probably were a bit naive and thought we're at home. This is easy days. I mean, obviously it's the names that get pulled out the hat. It was a tough group, and you saw them cheering on the plane when they found out they had Rangers. I think they underestimated us a bit and went out all guns blazing. So you don't think they're going to do the same coming to Ibrox. Not a chance, especially when they're away from home. There's going to be more strategy.
Well, Bridgeman, believe it or not, mate, we have reached that time of the evening.
End of the night.
Oh.
Well. By the way, I have to say, Oxford is a fantastic evening. I say it to everybody that's been listening in, everybody taking part. A marvellous night, really, really good part. and a good laugh. I just love it. And I say, as far as I'm concerned, listening to the guys talking about Thursday, it's going to be a tough game for sure. There's a big, tall, athletic team, and they can put the boot in when needed. They're a tough team to beat. So let's hope the Rangers are up for it and get tore in. A 1-0 victory will do me, of course. But can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, let's keep Mr. Gerrard at Ibrox. Keep him here. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us.
All right, Jodie, in you come before we go.
Yeah, again, thanks so much for having me on, guys. I really do enjoy being on here. People listening to me, because I know I just rabbit on. Someone told me to take a breath in the comments, which I should probably take advice. But yeah, thanks
that would
again
be your
for having
mom,
me.
was it?
No, dude. Oh God. But no, so yeah, thanks again for having me. I do definitely agree with Bridgeman that it's going to be a really tough game Thursday. But Rangers can do it easy. I think it'll be like a 1-0 if we do get a victory, but I'd be happy with a 0-0. And yeah, I hope everyone is just enjoying the high. And yeah, just want to end on saying Glasgow Rangers champions.
Cheers, Jodie. Listen, thanks to all the callers tonight. Thanks to everybody for taking the time to join us. Also, thanks to Bridgeman and Jodie for helping us on the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Thanks for listening. Thanks for taking part in all our lobbies. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 when we build up to the Slavia Prague game. We'll be joined by Albia. Thanks for listening. Stay at home and please stay safe. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Glenn Kamara, he fires the ball like Canada. It runs more miles and more fatter. He's a midfield star. He's tremendous. When sitting back, he'll defend us, and on the attack, he will send us on to victory. And I want you to know that Glenn Kamara cost us 50 grand. And I want you to know that Glenn Kamara, he's gonna be a star for me and a star for you. A star in Rangers Royal Blue, a star in every single game. 'Cause he is electric, you'll never forget his name. He is electric, you'll never forget his name.
Now we're on our way to Ibrox, come join our happy throng. We're on our way to Ibrox, come now move along, and as we march along the way together, we shall sing this song. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, not by the hearts of the sail. We shall not